I really enjoyed how there were so many layers of drama in this, but at the same time, it also felt, very quiet and whimsical, especially in the beginning, with all of like the wind and the lack of dialogue. And then when they ran into the samurai warrior, I was just so, interested in seeing where the fight scene was going to go. And in terms of the fight scene, I thought the fighting choreography was incredibly done. It was really dynamic and fast, and the sound design was really strong as well. I also really loved just, from speaking to the sound design, the swooshing of the swords and seeing all of like the motion of the blood. It just made it, just feel really, really dynamic.
What set this film apart for me was the incredible sound design. Each movement had a dramatic sound effect, from stabbing, hitting, tapping the ground with the sword, to spinning, and such passionate voices. All three performances were excellent, 100% committed to the fight. And the choreography was amazing, so rapid and dizzying, as was the camera work. I thought it was a clever touch to stage this fight in front of a modern cityscape over a span of a day to night by the end. Interesting decision for the winners to leave the sword with the conquered character as if finished with fights for good.
She's trying to make it, but she's injured and she's suffering through all this pain. And almost in the silence, you feel like she's like, go on without it, and her friend will not. And so, in leaning on her, she's able to make it. And they go into this battle. And the one that's injured, stays off. She's too injured to battle. The one that's not injured battles. And then she almost loses. And then at the last second is the wounded friend that is able to be there and support her. But now they're both wounded. And in the end, they both need to hold each other up and be a support for each other. And to me, the theme and overall arching theme of this is the support of friendship, like, that you can't go at it alone, that you need someone to lean on, that you need someone to rely on. And it obviously a very impressive fight scene as well. Great use of sword play and all that kind of stuff. It just, it was simple but powerful message.
I love a short that brings you right into the conflict. It's better to cut out the exposition as you don't have a lot of time to explain. You need your audience to understand what's happening to these people and learn about them along the way. And I think this is a clear example of a good case of where that happens. We get a clear image of something is wrong when she coughs blood into her hand, and from the title we can just feel that they're almost there. I really enjoyed the fight sequence. Like, it's very easy to kind of get off track. So when everything kind of comes into place and you hit your marks, it takes a lot to make sure that that runs smoothly, and it was done. It was done well here.
I was so impressed by how, it was told with such little dialogue, because really the main crux of this short was the fight scene and the choreography. It was outstanding. I was so impressed by the movement of these actors and how committed they were, and you could see like they were putting their absolute all into this fight, to the choreography and how that matched so well with the sound design. I was so impressed by how, the music would swell and the sounds of the swords hitting each other, and the punches landed. Like, it all felt so visceral and tangible, and it felt like I was there like a spectator watching them fight right in front of me. um yeah, it was just really well done, and it was so interesting to tell um a story of like these warriors in a city world, and how that juxtaposes, and everything was happening, but I was still focused on this fight.
Does a lot without saying a word, which I thought was a really smart choice. It just really felt right for this. Everything is expressed with through a look or just action, and it's done with great effect. They definitely nailed that. The fight scene was also fantastic. It was, just enough to really get the blood going. Enough action there, but never losing sight of all that emotion that was built up over what is a very short duration for a film.
There were a lot of cool things happening here. Number one, I just want to say how much I appreciated your decision to do this without any dialogue. I thought that was just a really cool touch to bring to the piece. I also thought that this was really well choreographed. The fight was very cool. It was very believable, and it was really, really well cut together. All in all, as an action showcase, I think this is working really well. I just I had a lot of fun with it.